What is going on, y'all? Tiro here with another Arknights Enfield content video. Hope y'all are doing all right. I appreciate y'all joining the stream. Chat box is open. Go ahead and leave a chat or leave a comment. I think we're going to check out the event. Hopefully it is good. Let me see here. Contingency readiness. Okay. Let's see here. Protocol space. Crisis drills. Okay. So we'll do all that. But first, before we get into that, we're going to do a little bit of some discussion. Basically, what I want to kind of talk about is I want to go over Enfield's roadmap for the upcoming content that is going to be premiered here shortly. But then I also want to talk about some other stuff, mainly kind of going off the video that I did for 1.3. It was Griffline's marketing and distribution tactics, where I kind of discussed, you know, hey, if you're going to play this game, go ahead and play it. Take it as it is. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't what am I trying to say? You get what you get and you don't pitch a fit, for one thing. But also, you know, instead of, and let me go ahead and say this video is not sponsored by Griffline. My videos are sponsored by Loot Bar. But in that sponsorship, you know, it only works when, you know, people use Loot Bar. So yes, they sponsor it. I mention them, but I digress. This video is not sponsored by Griffline, but I'm going to talk about the game as if it is sponsored by Griffline. So basically this is just free publicity, free promotion, but I want to talk about kind of what the issue is. Basically, a lot of people are content creators, content creators are kind of knocking the game for the lack of content, for the lack of, I guess, follow through on what they would consider follow through on what Griffline has, you know, said that they wanted to provide, or what they wanted to give to the people that are playing this game. And, you know, for me personally, I think they are giving us exactly what they promised. You know, no facts, no, you know, direct quotations, no direct feedback from Griffline, the marketing department at Griffline, the distribution department at Griffline. I have none of that. I'm just going off of what I'm seeing. Now, early release of 1.4 trailer 6 weeks before it's supposed to be here. So what? A week after the game dropped, they dropped Trial of Swordmancy. So what? A week after that, they're going to be doing Contingency Contract. So what? So they are providing us with content as they said they would. I think the problem is people are upset because they're not providing the content immediately upon release, or they're not providing the content as what they think would be acceptable. Hold on, let me fight this guy. But they are providing content. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, well, there's nothing to do in this game. You know, I can't do anything. There's nothing to do. Like I'm lost. I finished everything. I'm 100% on everything. I did everything. Okay, well then, if that's the case, then my suggestion to you is go play a different game. I could pick up Wuthering Waves, and I could pick up from 3.0, and I can get into 3.4. Cool. I could go back into Genshin, and I could pick up from Duran's Story Quest, whatever patch that was, and I can get to the latest patch. But I'm not doing that because I'm enjoying Arknights Enfield. I'm enjoying what Arknights Enfield is providing for me. I am enjoying the characters. I'm enjoying the gameplay. I love the graphics. I love the story. There's not a shortage of stuff for me to do in this game. And I don't think there's a shortage for things for other people to do in this game. Yeah, I finished. Matter of fact, I've already went over this. I have 100% completion in every single region here. I have 100% completion in every single region here. I have max capabilities for factory output in every single area that a factory is present. Every single area that a factory is present. That does not mean that there's nothing else for me to do. I could go in there, I could, finagle my factory systems in any one of these three regions right here or over here. And matter of fact, I've done it. Look back on some of my past videos. I even walk through, just the dumb shit that I've already done in this game just to, keep myself in it and enjoy the gameplay, enjoy the combat, enjoy the characters, enjoy the story even further. I've done factory output progression and factory optimization in every single one of these areas that has a factory. So there's nothing for me to not do. Dejong, yeah, I've got all that, but there's still some investigation stuff I could do over here that I haven't found yet. There's, excuse me, hold on. There's just a lot of stuff for me to do. Every single one of my characters, they're not all 90. Only a few of them are. I still got characters that are, I think, level 60. No, level 80 that I haven't boosted to 90. So what? There's there's team building. There's trials that you could do. There's operational manual. So what? You did all these. Doesn't mean you do them once and then you quit. So you've done all those, whatever. So what? I mean, log in and do a little bit. I mean, you don't have to log into the game assuming that you need content, story content, side quest content. You don't have to have that. You could, if you I'm going to say this, if you enjoy the game and you enjoy the game as it is, and you enjoy what the developers have given, and you enjoy the content that they've provided, there should be no reason why you're not logging into this game just to play it. I mean, how many games has anybody played out there where they've played it and they've beat it and then they went back and they played it again? There's been plenty of games where I've beat it, especially not open world games, but just basic story games like Final Fantasy type games, whatever. And I went back and I played it again. Matter of fact, I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to try to see if I can stream tonight. I'm going to start streaming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because I want to be up to date on the story for the new Final Fantasy remake when the third installment and final installment comes out in 2027. So there's stuff to do. I think in a genre so oversaturated with gacha games, it's hard to find one where you can stick with it. But there's a lot of content creators out there that are playing multiple games at once. Styx is one of them. Smack is one of them. I think Smug Slav might be one of them. I know he plays Arknights and Arknights Enfield. But if you're playing all these different games, then there's absolutely no reason why you should be finished with one or the other. I mean, who's really got that kind of time? I can usually, my kids are down for a nap right now, so I can get on. At night, I get maybe 2-3 hours, and that's not on a daily, because I also have a full-time job. So when I'm not working my full-time job, I get 2, 3, 4 hours on my off days. So I don't have all the time in the world to just sit down and play gacha games from sunup to sundown. So if you've got that kind of time, then yeah, you're going to run out of content. You're going to run out of stuff to do. And I don't think that's the developer's fault. I don't think that's Hypergraph's fault. I don't think that's Griffline's fault. I don't think that's Kuro's fault. I don't think that's Hoyoverse's fault. I think that's, if I'm being honest, I think that's the player's fault. I mean, if you're running out of stuff to do and then you're complaining that there's nothing to do, just go find a different game. That's just the point of it. That's the whole point of it. I was watching a Sansonatus video earlier today, right before this stream, and he was going into some pretty serious discussion and kind of aggressive talk about Smack. I don't know. I'm not getting involved in that. But then he was also going into discussion on a video that Smug Slav posted about the content, and in that video he was saying I was disappointed with 1.1, 1.2. I cannot say for myself that I was disappointed with any one of these patches that Griffline has come out. Because every single one of these patches that Griffline has made a trailer on, talked about, mentioned, it's all come to pass. They're I think, like I said before, in my 1.3 Griffline's marketing and distribution tactics, I think that they're coming out with content in a reasonable time frame to keep people coming back. I think maybe it might be the fact that people don't want to come back. They want to get it all done right then and there, and then they can move on to something else and then come back when the patch is out. But, if you're really enjoying the game and you want to play the game, you'll come back and you'll do that update, or you'll do that new content or that new event, and then, you'll finish that off, and then you'll go to your other game. But, if you want to get it all done so you can move on to another game, I guess that's, how you play your games or whatever. But knocking the fact that the developers are putting out content that they've said that they're going to put out, and then knocking them for not putting it out in a time frame that you think is viable, that just says a lot about you. Actually, if I'm going to be honest, that says a lot about you. It's not always, we're in this world now where, got to have it now, right now. And I've already discussed this in my past video, the 1.3 Griffline marketing distribution tactics. But you can't keep continuing to have that mentality just because that mentality is in different games that you may play. When Gacha comes out with something, in most cases, big end game content, whatever, they release immediately upon a new patch. Kuro is the same way. They release it immediately upon a new patch. And then they have small little events, for that breaking period in between. And that's kind of how they do it. Griffline, they're fresh into this genre. They got Arknights, OG Arknights. And this is kind of like a spin-off of OG Arknights, but in an open world action adventure type setting with, you know, area maps. But if you look at every single open world gacha game out there now, from Genshin to Wuthering Waves, they're still area maps. They're open world, but they're area maps. So I don't think the lack of content is the issue. I think the lack of content in regards to what the player wants. I think that's the issue. And I think we kind of need to get out of that mindset and start looking at, okay, well, they are releasing content. They are producing content for us. They're giving us what we're asking for. And take that with a grain of salt and play it for what it's worth. You know, I mean, all of this you'll pretty much all blow over. They'll get a bearing. They'll start to get a rhythm and a groove, and they'll start producing content at an exponential rate to where I don't think this is going to be a problem. And, you know, with the new area coming up that we're going to be leading into, there's going to be so much content there. And then I'm thinking as soon as that content is done, then somebody's going to have something else to complain about and be like, okay, well, you know, they came out with this content, but I'm already done with this content. So what do I do? I can't do anything. Okay, well, let me make a video and say, okay, Griffline, you're not doing this. Griffline, you're not doing that. Arknights isn't doing this. Arknights isn't doing that. And it's going to be a vicious circle continuing over and over and over and over again until people really start to understand, okay, well, you know what? I think they're doing what they're supposed to do. I think they're producing content as they said they were going to produce content, and we're getting exactly what they said they were going to give us. And, you know, we'll just wait patiently for the next patch, and, you know, we'll play it, we'll take it, you know, for what it's worth, and we'll, you know, if anything, we'll move to a different game until then, or, you know, whatever. So with that being said, it's almost like, you know, repeating the same thing over and over to your kids. You know, you constantly, you know, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that, pick this up, you know, blah, 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 clean this up, blah, 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 blah. It's, you know, at some point it becomes, okay, well, maybe some of those things don't really need to be mentioned. Maybe we'll just look at it and take it for what it's worth, or we'll, you know, if something's not being done or whatever, we'll be a little bit more patient and understanding at the fact that, you know,
I don't even feel tired.
Nicely done.
they'll get the content out when it's ready, you know. And this is another thing that I wanted to point out. You guys tell me in the comments, but do you want to play a game that just comes out with trash content, or would you rather play a game that spends its time in producing content that's memorable, something you look at and say, you know what, that was a good storyline, you know what, well, I like that patch, you know what, I'm feeling the characters they produce with, you know what I mean? Every game has had that. Genshin has had patches that they came out with that were trash. Wuthering Waves came out with patches that they came out with that were trash. I mean, it happens. You know, there's it's nothing new. You know, I've been looking at getting back into Snowbreak, but from what I've been seeing is a lot of people are saying, okay, well, they kind of fell off for about a month, and then they came back. Maybe we should wait and just kind of see. And I'm cool with that. You know, I'm not in any rush right now. I'm just really trying to focus what I can on this game instead of, you know, playing multiple games and then getting overwhelmed or whatever. Excuse me. I'm playing this game because I thoroughly enjoy the graphics. I thoroughly enjoy the character gameplay, the combat. I thoroughly enjoy the story. I'm very happy with the factory setting. I've never played any factory games before, so I'm all about positivity, and that's kind of the gist of this whole thing. And this is the gist of the video description. Let's stay positive. Let's look at this and say, you know what? They're doing what they're supposed to. They're giving us content. They're giving us good content. They're giving us, you know, their heart and soul. They're giving us graphics that we asked for. You know, in my opinion, I have no gripes with this game. None. Now there's of course that month and a half downtime that we had during 1.2 before 1.3 came out. That kind of sucked. I was towards the end, I think about a week before 1.3 came out. I was kind of struggling to find some stuff to do, but not along the lines or not along the way of, okay, well, I'm just, I'm going to trash talk this game and say, you know what, you guys are trash because you're not producing content at a rate that I think is acceptable. I still logged in. I still played. I still did dailies. I still got protocol space progressions. I did, crisis content, umbral monuments, edge paste salvage. I mean, if you thoroughly enjoy the game, if it's something you want to play and it's something that you're excited to play and you're devoted to play it, in my opinion, I don't think it really even matters to you what's coming out. I've watched comments out there was like, I'm not disappointed with what they're doing. I'm not. But complaining about it and still playing it, or complaining about it and then turning it into a bigger issue than what it actually is, that's not really doing anything. That's not. Maybe it's just venting. You know what? I just want to vent or whatever. But I think it's just there's too much negativity surrounding Arknights Enfield, and I'm only seeing Arknights Enfield. And you guys could say, well, there's negativity in a lot of different games and a lot of different genres. Specifically, da 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 da. I'm not playing those. I'm playing this one. So I'm just going off of kind of what I'm seeing, and just kind of wish there was, a little bit more unity as far as, sticking with what's going on and thoroughly enjoying what's being made. Damn, I'm always tripping on those fucking bananas. And being happy that content is still being made, that the devs are actually giving us something that they think we want to see. If I do have to say one thing, I'll say this. I kind of wish they made Trial of Swordmancy more of like an open thing. It was, you only get so many per day. I kind of wish that they gave us, do as many as you want, so you still get items from them or whatever. It's going to be a permanent thing. So once this one is completed and you've gotten everything in it, then I'm assuming it's just going to be, new enemies or new rewards, whatever. Where am I at? I'm trying to completely overlooked it because I'm fucking around doing a bunch of yip yapping instead of playing. Oh, wow. Dummy. I don't know. I guess that's just me on another rant again, you know. And if you guys have anything to say about it, say it. You know, I think I hurt my feelings. I'm speaking in generalities from just what I'm seeing online from other content creators, what I'm hearing about online about Griffline. It's like, give it a rest, man. It's not a big deal. You know, content doesn't have to be made in the time frame that you think it does. You know, content is going to be made in the time frame that the developers thinks it needs to be made, because they want to make sure that they're producing content that's going to keep people coming back, that are excited to see because they took the time to make the content instead of just pushing out trash that they wanted to get out there just so they can sell it. You know, does it make any sense? What I will say is they kind of need some more TP points around here, because shit over here is a little bit too spread out. That I'd be happy to see that. You know, some more TP points. But you know what? While I'm doing all my gathering stuff, I'm still out here fighting shit, and I'm enjoying it. I just got, you know, I'm playing this team, which is the Shatter team, and I enjoy the way they play. You know, it's just me talking. Oh, and I wanted to point this out too. I was in the kitchen getting my soda and so on and so forth. It kind of seems like YouTube now really isn't about
anything less.
I don't even feel tired.
making videos about the content that you're making. Like, you know, I'm a content creator for games. You know, specifically action RPGs, gachas. No more turn-based RPGs. I can't do those; they're too slow for me. But that's what I do. And then there's a lot of other content that, you know, a lot of other content creators that are making exactly what they say they're making. But then it's kind of turned into this thing in certain communities or certain content creators where it's not about the content anymore. It's just about, okay, well, let's turn this into a debate, or let's turn this into a discussion, or let's turn this into an attack, or let's, you know, turn this into something other than being a content creator, but more or less, I guess, an influencer of content. So what I mean by that is, take for instance MTV, music television, right? That's what it was when it first came out, music television. And then all along the line, somewhere along the way, MTV stopped being music television and it started being MTV reality TV shows. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like, if you're gonna be a content creator, make content. You know, juice up that content. Talk about that content. Not turn being a content creator into, okay, well, we're gonna have Springfield show, you know, or we're gonna have The View or something like that. You know, we're, instead of making content, we're just gonna talk about what other content creators are doing, or what developers are not doing in their game, or whatever. It's, at that point, it's not even about the content anymore. It's just about, okay, well, let's stir the pot. Let's shake the bucket, and let's rile things up, and just talk about things that really aren't important, really. I mean, you know, as a small content creator, my goal is to make content that people want to see. I'm not going to get it right every time. I may never hit 1 million subscribers. I may never hit 1,000 subscribers. You know, I may not make content that I think people might want to see, but you know, I'm a content creator. Like, I'm going to make content that I think people will enjoy, and hopefully they will enjoy the content that I'm making. And the fact of the matter is, I enjoy the content I make. Thank you very much for the concurrent view. I appreciate you joining the stream. We're just kind of going off script here, just talking about some stuff. So I appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and leave any comments that you have in the comment section below, and I will do my best to address. Right now I'm kind of lost as to where I'm supposed to go. Do 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 do. And if I'm being honest, I don't like talking this much. I really don't. I can yip yap, yeah, but I'm not really a fan of yammering all day or you know, doing that stuff. Thank you very much for the view. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Please go ahead and shoot me a comment. Right now I'm trying to get to that, and I'm seriously thoroughly lost right now. I don't understand it. Like, what the fuck? Jesus. That was retardedly brutal. Did I still miss it again? Of course I did. Alright. I'm kind of getting a little frustrated because I'm trying to figure out how to get to that. Yeah, like I mentioned before, they need more TP points over here because this is freaking ridiculous to have to walk around and do all this nonsense. Like, take me directly to where I need to go. That's a little frustrating. Also, I've got my controller at the top, so if you guys like that, there's a link in the description box below. As far as the skin that I have over it, that's my actual gamepad. I just found that online, and you just got to do some moving around and finagling and resizing or whatever, and then put it in Multiply on OBS Studio. See, I'm messing around doing all this talking, and I'm fucking up my gameplay. And of course, he went into freaking armor mode. Looks like these guys over here. So I'll wait for him to get out of that. Wow, juicing her up to 90 really did help. I wasted so much time trying to find this. That was ridiculous. So distracted. Over nonsense. Over this game. Just nonsense. Like, if you complain that much about it, just don't play it. I mean, that's pretty standard. Like, if I complained this much about a game, I would just put it down. I'd just be like, you know what? I don't play it. I'm not going to deal with the hassle. I'm not going to deal with the heartache. Fuck it. I'll go play something else. But, you know, give this game so much hype from day one. Matter of fact, I've made content about this game from day one. And I took, I think, 4 months off, 5 months off from making content when this game first came out because I wanted to focus on actually playing the game. And so I didn't make content for it. So I wanted to get to a point where I was happy. I'm like, you know what? I'm at a good point right now. I'm going to start making content about this game. And then I picked the content back up and said, you know, what was it? It was Back at It. Was the content that I made. And been making content for it ever since. And not once in that whole time I made content did I ever complain about anything. I never complained about the gacha system or the gacha system. I never complained about the characters. I never complained about the story. I didn't complain about one thing that this game was doing. Because I don't really think there's anything wrong with what it's doing. I think it's doing what it's doing, and that's making content. That's producing content. Hold on, where am I at? Do. Okay, we're over here. And I like making positive stuff. I like making positive videos. I don't like all that drama, all that noise, all that nonsense. Plus, I didn't make the game. I just play it. I wasn't there to have my input. But they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing what they can. I hope Griffline sees this and be like, wow, this guy's pretty passionate about the game we provided. Hell yeah. I'll back it 110%. Call me naive, call me a fool, call me unwoke, whatever. I don't care. I just enjoy playing the game. And I will enjoy it until I just don't enjoy it anymore. And, there's been games like that where I've been in that situation. You know what? Matter of fact, let's take Duet Night Abyss. Yeah. I played that before the first patch. And I stopped enjoying it. I'm like, you know what? This game's not for me. And I quit. And I haven't picked it back up. I'm not mad. I'm not hurt. Not every game is for everybody. But of course, I'll say this, I guess, making videos, talking about a game, bashing on a game, bashing on a content creator, making those kinds of videos, I guess maybe it gets views. It's like, you know what? I'll give this guy some views because, yeah. Oh, from there I was like, where the hell am I at? Is this a new area? No, it's not.
Long battle.
Duh.
Please, finish it quickly.
Do it your way.
Really, Chen? You had to walk over here? Now I've got to fight. And why wouldn't you want to fight these things, man? The battles in this, the battling in this stuff, that's cool. I mean, shit, you get all 4 of your characters out at once. They all attack with you. There's no switch between the characters. You got combo mechanics. You got synergizing mechanics. Each team does something different. Lean off of each other, play off of each other. There's no intro, outro. There's no elemental swapping. I mean, it's unique in its own right. For sure. Do 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 do. But yeah, thank you guys very much for the views. Every little bit counts, and I'm very thankful and grateful for every little that I get. I told my wife I wanted to be a content creator. She's been super supportive, so I can't, I don't knock her for that. She's a gamer too. She has these spells, or where she'll want to get in and game, and she'll do that for a while, and then she gets out of them, and she just doesn't want to do it. And then, so she's, I guess you could call it casual gamer. but she grew up on Pokemon and all that stuff. I think there might be, yeah, 2 in here. Yeah, I could log in, do my dailies. Fuck it, why not? It gets me in the game. I'm playing. People are watching what I'm playing. You know, if anything, this is 100% gameplay video. All the shit you could do. And forgive my French too. Sorry, I don't like to cuss this much either. I do curse a lot though when I play. Like I'll lose or do something like, you know. Makes my voice hoarse and like, I don't like it when I talk too much. Oh, let me see. I'm more like one of those silent gamers. Like I just kind of log in, play, say what's up, and then that's it. There are, you know, some content creators that talk through the whole video. I know I do that as well. Sometimes I will talk through the whole video, but then there are other times where I'm not saying anything. And I feel like if I'm not saying anything, then I'm not engaging with my viewers. So if anytime y'all want me to shut up, just go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section and say, hey, shut up, stop talking, just play. Look at that factory. It's so beautiful. All right. I am looking forward to having some more AIC elements to mess with. And don't worry, we're going to get to the actual title of the video is 1.3 Griffline's content roadmap. We're going to go into that. I'm going to pull it up here in the actual game, and we'll just kind of take a look at what they've got going on within the coming weeks. Of course, you guys can all see that, but I think we need to really understand what we've got coming, so that way we're not just complaining when it's not here yet. Because what they got coming, I mean, they're bringing it. and they're bringing it at a pace that I think is going to be good for them, because they're not just going to be pumping out nonsense. They're not going to be pumping out trash that we're not going to be interested in. And I would be more appreciative of thoughtful, thought out content than just half-ass content just to get, you know, people to spend money on characters, or people just to log into the game, or people just to make, you know, content or whatever. We've already got too many people out there right now making content on everything. So.
Didn't expect this, right? My special swordmancy for rocky stuff.
Hopefully the video is good. I'm pretty sure the video is good. But well, I'm going to go check YouTube real quick. Yeah.
We actually said it?
Think up ahead. Let me see how good this one is. I wouldn't expect anything less.
I see a worthy opponent.
High threat hostile. Mind if I stick to support?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to playing Final Fantasy VII.
A blade unsheathed.
I hope I can do it tonight. I should be able to, but I'm looking forward to it. Oh, really?
So glad I didn't pass out halfway through.
Thank you very much for the view. Appreciate you joining the stream. Of course, I got a bunch of shit over here. Always. I think I've said it before. It's this area. It's irritating to go back to get all of your gatherings because the shit is so spread out and there's not enough TP points. So you got to go all the way to the middle of the map to go
Danger up ahead. Let me
halfway
see how
across the
Time to
map
get my
just to
idea.
get stuff. Ah. All right, let's see. Oh, 193. Let's go to Sword Vault Dale. Just kind of see what we got. All right. Oh shit. Forgot about this. Don't need to do these, but I do them anyway because it doesn't take long. And I don't really have any more sanity left. Well, I don't have any sanity, excuse me, to where I can do too much. So I just kind of want to look. Besides that, I don't think... I don't know if I could take this stream too much longer. So I hear my daughters. But we'll go as long as I can. I want to get to the point of it, which is Griffline's content roadmap. So I want to look at what we've got coming and when it's going to be available. Oops. It's only... Oh, come on, really? Fuck.
No good in long battles. Please, finish it quickly.
Do it your way. I'll keep you covered.
This shit is dumb because you got to keep jumping everywhere. You're not supposed to do that. Fucking lost money on this one. Ay, ay, ay. That was a waste. All right, let me see what we can do here. Okay, start trial. Daily rewarded trials 3. Okay.
Cleaning this up yourself? No.
I would never pull that off.
Have fun being the best!
Cast off as cast.
I'll teach you the hard
Cool. Let's see here. Take that.
Give me the front row this time. I want to be the.
surrender now!
Stand down. Yay! That was some perfect teamwork.
Just put me right up there. Start trial.
Huh? Is it my turn already?
Hold on, sorry. Let's fight this guy. Yes, you got daily shit to do in here.
Once known, be dead.
After doing all your daily. That's what are you talking about? No content. I mean, it's not like, you know, the end game stuff is competition based. It's like, you know, you're not playing this game in front of, you know, thousands of people for, you know, $1 million reward. What does it matter if there's end game content available? It'll be available when it gets available. I mean, I guess it's just for clout, maybe, I suppose. I don't know. But now you're at free trial. Shit, pretty much got it almost done anyway. That 3 trial one is probably going to be the longest. That's probably what people are going to struggle on. Maybe some people, not all people, but maybe some. But I guess it'll redo in 31 days. 1 hour. So that's cool. Alright, let's look at the roadmap now that we've got all that done.
Come on, I'm still good to go.
Alright, here we go. Version calendar. Okay. So 6.5, which was Mifu, we got that. 6.26. So literally 12 days from now. 12 days from now, it's less than 2 weeks. We've got Camille debuting. Crimson Hued issue debuting. Alright, let's see here. We've already done Scarlet Known issue, Scarlet Pearl issue, Drifting Raft issue, those weapons, Sword Vault Dale, a guide event, 6.5. That's the area. Fistful of Reflections. Okay. 6.26. Dance Macabre. Peacekeeper's Nocturne. Okay, so that's Camille's story quest. Camille's combat drills. 6.12 is Contingency Readiness. So that was 2 days ago. Basically, it just gets you stuff for contingency contract. 6.19 is contingency contract. Reignition experimental operation. That's a challenge event. Okay. So 19, 5 days. So in 5 days, so that'll be Friday, I think. Friday, this coming up Friday on 6/19, contingency contract reignition experimental operation. It's a challenge event. And then contingency contract will officially debut on the second half of 1.3 when Camille is introduced. And then there's 6/19 is contingency contract Secret Sanctuary. Okay, and then we've got an event coming up 7/2. And then 7/9 is a sanity supply. And then 7/2. So basically the second half of 1.3 from 6.26 to 7.2, we're going to have pretty much everything available to us. There's a new Umbral Monument coming on 7.2. Trial of Swordmancy is here. I think that updates. If 31 days and 1 hour left for Trial of Swordmancy, then I'm assuming it'll probably be updated at the beginning of 1.4. So looking at this calendar, I mean, there's stuff constantly coming to the game where that doesn't make any sense, why people are complaining about the lack of content. Like I said, I think it's just the lack of content at the time frame that they think the content should be released. That's pretty much the only thing that I'm thinking. So with that being said, yeah, I'm pleased with the game. I'm happy with Arknights. Been happy with Arknights since day one. I've been happy with the content that they've released, minus, you know, the extra month and a half for the Zhuangfeng Shi banner. But the content that they've released so far after that, you know, it doesn't take long to do it, of course, but there's still stuff to do in the game. So, I mean, I just did my dailies. There's always dailies that you can do. There's daily stuff you can log into for the Trial of Swordmancy. And it's permanent. Yeah. They're super generous with sanity permits, catalysts. The currency for new operators. Yeah. So, you know, with that being said, yeah, I mean, take the version calendar as it is. You know, they tell you what's coming. I don't think Wuthering Waves did this. I don't think Genshin did this. I think you had to look this stuff up, but they make it readily available on what's coming. And it looks like, you know, their calendar is pretty full. They've got to produce all this stuff. They've got to make all this stuff. They've got to put it all together, fine tune it, test it. So, you know, with the game that's running extremely incredible graphics wise, story wise, cutscene wise, I'm thoroughly pleased with what's being represented. So just a little bit more positivity, I think, will go a long way. Agree or disagree? You can leave your comments in the comment section. I'd be happy to hear them. As a small channel, as a small content creator, small channel, 15 subs, over 30,000 views, analytics still climbing. I mean, my content is being shown. So I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying the content. If you are, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me be that positive voice in a genre that's like teeming with negativity. You know, let me let me speak for y'all, you know. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for watching the video. I appreciate everybody that stuck around, watched me play, listen to me rant, listen to me talk. It's about an hour and a half. I think that's good for the amount of content that we had to do, you know. But I'm going to try to see if I can get on tonight and stream Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think it's the patch with Yuffie in it. So we'll start that, and hopefully we'll get some views on that. If you guys want to see anything, if you want me to test anything, if you want me to trial any characters, if you need some help beating something, you want me to make a video on it, just put that in the comment section below. Give me a like if you like the video, and again, I'll say share the video if you like the video, and please sub to my channel. So I appreciate the support, I appreciate the feedback, I appreciate the views, and I appreciate y'all. So I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.